Football is entertaining, but beyond being entertaining, it is associated with a number of ridiculous moments, and this is something that football fans are probably used to. From CR7 slapping another player to Gerrard slipping during a match, these are ridiculous football moments caught on camera. Before we go on, please hit the share and like buttons. Also, subscribe to this channel to see more videos like this. CR7's unethical celebration. CR7 is famous as a disciplined player, and while there are debates about who the best player of this generation is, there is no debate about who the most disciplined is, as Ronaldo is an icon of discipline in the football world. Well, famous among them is his goal celebration in a Champions League match between Juventus and Atletico Madrid. A week earlier, Juventus had traveled to Spain where they lost by 2-0, and Diego Simeone celebrated his side's win by holding his crotch in the faces of Juve fans. The old ladies needed at least 3 unreplied goals to make it to the next round of the Champions League. As much as this was not impossible, they were in a very difficult situation. Well, match day came around and Juventus got 3 unreplied goals, all scored by Ronaldo. After this third goal, he went on to celebrate in the face of Atletico fans by holding his crotch just like Diego Simeone did a week earlier. Adebayor's goal celebration against Arsenal. Speaking of unethical goal celebrations, the world might have forgotten that the former Togolese captain and Arsenal striker once wore the sky blue colors of Manchester City. However, Arsenal fans will never forget this. Some reasons for this are Adebayor went from Arsenal to Manchester City and the situation surrounding his departure. However, the major reason Arsenal fans will never forget that Adebayor played for City is the way he celebrated after scoring against Arsenal in a league match. The football world was not expecting Adebayor to celebrate with so much ecstasy. Well, he shocked the world because after scoring for City in this match, he ran from one end of the pitch to the other merely because he wanted to celebrate in the faces of Arsenal fans in the stands. Although Adebayor had his reasons for celebrating in a nasty way, he had to pay a fine of £25,000 for his ridiculous goal celebration. Drogba is unable to control himself. The pain Arsenal fans felt when Adebayor celebrated right in their faces might have seemed like a lot. However, Drogba's pain when Barcelona knocked Chelsea out of the Champions League was a lot more. The Ivorian was upset for quite a number of reasons. However, it appeared he was more upset about the manner in which his team lost, and not necessarily because they lost to Barcelona when they should have been getting ready for the Champions League final. For several reasons, Drogba felt like his team played against the entire Barcelona team and the referee, as the officials overlooked some penalties that appeared quite glaring. After the match, Drogba behaved in a way that might make one assume he was under some form of influence, as he walked towards the referee like he was going to assault him, and all he could say was, "It's a disgrace. It's a fucking disgrace." Maradona celebrates Messi's goal. Drogba and Maradona did not exactly have a lot in common. However, just like Drogba, Maradona acted like he was under an unexplainable influence. Argentina were playing against Nigeria in the 2018 World Cup and had just gotten a crucial goal. Maradona was glad, as everyone expected him to. However, he celebrated in a way that no one really saw coming. He looked into the sky like he was worshipping an unseen deity. Well, you never can tell. He probably met with the god of soccer a night before and was just being grateful that his prayers were answered. The world might never know what happened to Maradona that night as he is late. Well, if he was under a substance, he was not playing actively, so perhaps he did not break any rule. The man had a history with banned substances. Nonetheless, whatever he took was entirely his business. Wenger kicks a water bottle. Maradona's reaction might have been very crazy. However, it was all shades of positivity as his team had just scored a vital goal. Unfortunately, the same cannot be said of Arsène Wenger's. Arsenal, through Van Persie, had just gotten an important goal, so for a moment, Wenger thought he was under less pressure. Unfortunately, he was wrong as this goal was ruled offside. Things were supposed to go on normally, but Wenger was really angry, and in his anger, the referee thought the former Arsenal manager had done a little too much, so he sent the Frenchman away from the sideline. In response to this, Wenger walked towards the bench. However, it appeared the referee wanted him to do more than just walk towards the bench, so he ordered Wenger to the stands. Wenger complied and moved to the stands. After this, he signaled the referee in a bid to ask, "Satisfied now?" Yakubu's World Cup miss. Football fans might expect highly respected strikers to score at every given opportunity. Well, we all know this is not how it works. Even the best strikers in the world miss goal-scoring opportunities, and this is not news. It might seem okay when players fail to convert some goal-scoring opportunities. However, when a player is unable to score a goal in front of an open post, not many fans know what to think of it. Well, this was the case of Nigeria's Yakubu Aigbeni at the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. Yakubu found himself in a great scoring position and the ball had been given to him. He was a few yards from the goalpost and the keeper had been beaten. All he needed to do was tap the… This might not seem like the biggest miss in football history, however, Nigerian football fans will always consider it the biggest and perhaps the most painful miss of Yakubu's beautiful football career. Ronaldo hits Dara O'Shea. CR7 is no doubt a great goal scorer. He just might not be an expert at keeping his emotions in check. We saw him cry after Portugal lost to Greece in Euro 2004, which was played on Portuguese soil. Also, he was all shades of tears after he got injured in the Euro 2016 final match between Portugal and France. Well, Ronaldo showed the world that he does not only respond to unpleasant situations by crying during a match between Ireland and Portugal. The Portuguese captain was about to take a penalty when Dara O'Shea shifted the ball. Although the Irish player had no business touching the ball, CR7 could have simply repositioned the ball and taken his penalty kick. But he thought hitting O'Shea was the best thing to do and he went ahead and slapped the Irish player. This was perhaps as unprofessional as Ronaldo could get. Gerrard's lack of control. Speaking of the not-so-nice moments of football legends, Gerrard once cost Liverpool a match and perhaps the league title. The former Liverpool captain had not made a lot of impact as a coach. However, he was one of the best midfielders during his time as a Liverpool player and he had lots of beautiful moments playing for England and Liverpool. Gerrard won the Champions League in a very dramatic fashion. However, he was unable to win the English Premier League. He once came very close to winning the league, but he blew things up. In the 2013-14 season, it seemed fortunately he destroyed everything he worked for that season in a match against Chelsea. The Liverpool captain had just received a pass but couldn't control it. He made a second attempt at controlling the ball. Unfortunately, he slipped and this resulted in a goal. For a moment, it seemed like Gerrard was trying out for a place in the Liverpool Football Academy. Rene Higuita's scorpion kick. Gerrard was not trying to pull a stunt when he cost his team an important match. Well, unlike the English midfielder, the Colombian keeper made an attempt at pulling a stunt and fortunately he was successful. The sweeper keeper might not make it to the list of top 10 goalkeepers of all time, but he did something that your favorite goalkeeper might be unable to attempt. In his days as an active footballer, Rene was dramatic, but the world had not seen him do something as dramatic as save a shot by jumping in the air and hitting the ball like a scorpion looking to sting a prey. The Colombian is considered a hero in his home country today. Well, if he had missed, things could have turned out differently. Neymar's chat with Leipzig Szoboszlai. At number 1 is Neymar's chat with Szoboszlai. A simple chat with a player during a match might be considered harmless and is really not worthy of any attention. However, when a player asks another player if they are sure they will score when looking to take a penalty, it can simply be described as ridiculous. Leipzig were awarded a penalty in a Champions League match with PSG, and as Szoboszlai walked towards the penalty spot, Neymar talked with him and asked, "Are you going to score?" He did not stop at this. He continued trying to get into the player's head. However, in the end, Neymar was unsuccessful as Szoboszlai was able to convert from the penalty spot. Thanks for going all the way to the end. Which of these moments is most ridiculous? Please let us know in the comments section. See you in the next video.